Yeah, so last week we had our opportunity to get on the road and play away from our gym, and started a midweek match, which is always a little challenging to kind of switch over quickly from sort of the academic day to the athletic world. So we were at Mount Union, who's a very, very strong program, and I thought we played, really well initially. I thought we really held our own nicely, and then just here and there towards the end of the set, we started dropping points, and they kind of capitalized on some mistakes that we made. And then, they were able to kind of close the match out in 3. But I do think we played really hard and really well against a different level of competition than we'd seen up till this point in the season, or that point in the season. And I think that prepared us well for the weekend. And so being able to go on a road trip and stay overnight and sort of spend some time together as a team outside of just practices and competition at home was really good for us for the first time in a couple of years to be able to do that. So that was exciting. And then to be able to win the first match on Friday night at Capitol on their home court. The first set was really, really tight, and ended up pulling out the last 2 points, and I think that set the tone for us to have some confidence for the next 2 sets. And Jennifer and Ungo played incredibly well in the middle for us in that match. She really did dominate the team that we were playing, and it was really good confidence building for her to kind of get back out there and really show what she's capable of doing. And then we played great defense. Our service was really strong. So overall, I was really pleased with that effort. And then knowing Saturday morning we were headed to Otterbein, who's also a really strong program in the region, really dynamic and athletic, and we played with them pretty well in that first set. Again, kind of came out strong. I'm hopeful that we are a morning team and are able to kind of have some energy when we get up in the morning. And played really well through most of that first set. Really stayed with them, and then again weren't able to kind of hold on at the last 5 points, and then really struggled a little bit to kind of stay with them in these 2 sets. Got a number of different people on the floor, some different looks for us with our offense. So we're still, figuring out exactly who we are and who we can be, and different players can contribute to that. So we see that more over the course of the tournament weekend than we do kind of in a single dual match. And then we rebounded right away from that match and that loss, and came back and played Franklin. And again, we were pressed a little bit in that first set, and didn't finish as strong as we would have liked, but were able to really turn around the next 3 sets and play better volleyball and make a few less mistakes, and take advantage of sort of some of their mistakes, and really be able to close out without going to the 5th set. Anytime you go to a 5th set, that's a scary moment for either team. Like, it's very unpredictable at that point. So being able to win 3 straight sets was really good for us. 2 wins that weekend on the road. So very pleased with the effort from last week.
Yeah, so we just kind of had our first away games ever, and for the first 2 years, the sophomores and the freshmen both had never traveled before. So it was really nice to finally be able to go and have that experience, because that's actually one of my favorite things is traveling. So just getting everyone organized with the combination of the freshmen, there being 12 of them, and then the many sophomores we have too, that's like more than half the team in itself. So all us upperclassmen really had to pull our weight, and as captains, Coach likes everyone to be early, so we really had to communicate that with everyone too. I think everyone enjoyed the ride there. Mount Union, that was on Wednesday night. Interesting having midweek matches, something to get used to as underclassmen. Also for me, not having traveled all last year, it kind of interrupts your week, so something to get used to for them, I'm sure. But no, as captains, we were just kind of communicating with everyone. We have a very young team, but I think everyone enjoyed traveling. So we did lose on Wednesday, but I think understanding that once you get the midweek matches, you have to have the mindset to come in and have a game it's really fast. You just have to get it done and then leave. So now that we have that mindset with the traveling, you're only there to play the game, then you go home back to campus to do your normal activity. So kind of separating your school day with the game is kind of hard. So I think maybe that's where we struggled. But then on Friday we played games too, and that was also traveling. So we had just gotten to Columbus area, and we did win in 3, which was really exciting for us because we kind of had a bad day on Wednesday. So I think that was kind of a nice flip-flop and a nice result that we wanted. And then, spending our first hotel night on Friday night, having that experience too, everyone studying in like the lobby. Really like a good culture we have on our team that I like, and we continue having that. Something I always enjoyed. My favorite memories probably freshman, sophomore year were just like hanging out with people of all years in the lobby and doing stuff like that. And then we did lose the first game in 3, but then we were fortunately able to turn it around the next game against Franklin, where we won 3-1. So that was good. We were able to kind of translate the big loss where we didn't win a single one, and it was also neck and neck, which was upsetting. But then the next game we were able to win against Franklin. So just a lot of like going back and forth and transitioning our energy where it's needed was what we showed this weekend, I think. Yeah, so this coming week will actually be really exciting because Baldwin Wallace we have not won against since the whole time I've been here. So we played them freshman year and sophomore year both for me. So the past 2018 and 2019, and we did lose both of those. So I think we only won one set off them those entire 2 years. So definitely like a kind of a rival that we have, and they're kind of local team too. So I think we've emphasized that to the team already, that like we really want to beat them. This is a team we haven't beaten in a while. And as long as we have the energy that we can develop from last Wednesday, how we weren't really ready to go, if we have that new mindset, this being our second midweek match, I think if we really just like go in strong, we could do well against them. We've been training really hard. This past weekend we had a bunch of people go in on the team. We're really versatile. Like a lot of people were able to show the strength they had in different areas, and a lot of people did get playing time, which was really exciting. So we know we have the skill. We just need to kind of put it in action and know to do that just like in the small time we're there in the middle of the week. Going into this weekend, Saturday and Sunday when we're in Chicago, this will always be super fun. I love UAA traveling because these are our real like rivals, because they are in our like conference, being in the UAA. So these are kind of automatically like our most rival teams, at least in my view. So traveling to Chicago, that'll be really fun. Facing Emory first on Saturday. It's, Emory's always been really good at volleyball, so this is definitely like one of our big rivals, but I don't want us to go in scared. Even though like when we faced Emory in the past, we didn't always get the result we wanted. I want us to like go in more confident than scared, just because we know we have the skill set. We've been able to demonstrate that not just like the certain sticks that are on the court are the only ones capable. So as long as we have confidence and know that like everyone's able to contribute, I think we'll be okay. And then I think we have Carnegie and Brandeis. I don't know which days, but Carnegie's always really fun to play, as is Brandeis. But Emory's definitely has like the clout of the UAA, so I think it'll be fun to face them first. Probably the most exciting match, and then depending on the result of that, I hope our energy transfers well into the next one, and then we can like regroup and play on Sunday as well. But traveling for UAA is always super fun. It's nice to get out of town, but also like a lot with time management in school, so we'll have to like consider like the lobby is a place for studying and stuff. But it's always like really fun when we travel far, and UAA play is super fun, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
So yes, headed another midweek match on the road. Again, hard for us in terms of turning that around from classes to volleyball midweek. But I think we're well prepared now. We did it last week, and I think we know what that takes. So it's not quite as far a trip, half hour down the road, so we don't have to leave super early. We don't really have to miss much class time. So just get over there and be ready to play, and then come home at a reasonable hour as well. So I think we're well prepared for this team. I think we'll be very competitive. We typically are. We haven't seen them in a couple of years, so I'm not sure exactly, how we're going to match up. But I do think typically it's a really competitive match for us. And then headed into the UAA weekend, that's a really different level and experience for all players in the UAA. It's very, very intense, and it's just a really unique experience. We're really excited to travel to Chicago. We're facing perennial powerhouse Emory in our first match of the weekend, and then back to back, and then seeing Carnegie Mellon, and then the next day we play one match against Brandeis and get back home. So again, a 3-match weekend, which thankfully we're prepared for now after a couple couple straight weekends of doing that. So I think we'll have the stamina. It's just whether we rise to the intensity of conference play, which is something that most of our players haven't seen yet. So that's going to be exciting and a learning experience, and we're really looking forward to taking the next step with our program.